when the wind doesn't blow, where is the energy going to come from? All across Europe, countries have essentially been going, we'll have an interconnector to another country and they'll send us some electricity. But what we saw last winter was that when the wind isn't blowing in Britain, it's not going to be, the chances are it's not going to be blowing anywhere in Western Europe. You can get wind lulls across the whole of Western Europe. And there is essentially everybody is then gets into a bidding war for a very limited amount of electricity. And you end up having to just shut things down. And that's what's going to happen. We're already spending quite a lot of money paying factories and things to shut down. And we're all being told we have to have smart meters in our homes. So instead of your old-fashioned electricity meter, which just counts how many kilowatt hours you've used, you'll have a smart meter which is connected to central government. And that will give central government the ability to switch off appliances in your home when the wind isn't blowing. Now, they don't like to talk about it very much, but that is what they will do. So your electric vehicle charger will switch off if the wind isn't blowing. They can switch your fridge off for a few hours because, maybe it'll be okay. Maybe your food won't defrost in that time. And if push comes to shove, if things get really bad, they will be able to switch off your heating because you'll have a heat pump, and they can just switch that off. Now, we can get periods of 3 weeks where there is basically no wind anywhere in Western Europe. I mean, I particularly remember the winter of 2009-10 in the UK, where we had temperatures that were, in the sort of the range of -5 to -10 where I live for 3 weeks, and there was literally no wind. And obviously, I live in Scotland. There's no solar power anywhere here in the middle of winter. Now, in that kind of weather system, everybody essentially would be switched off. I shudder to think what would have happened if you were relying on an electric heat pump for those 3 weeks. It really would be quite terrifying. But again, they're doing these things anyway because that's what they have to do. That's what the net zero dogma says has to happen.